Hey, what's up, guys? Paul Castro Jr. here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a voice actor out here in Los Angeles. I just moved from New York City, and today I'm going to be doing a little breakdown tutorial, little cribs tour of my home studio that I finally constructed, and it's probably 95% complete to where I wanted it initially. Obviously, now there's a lot more other toys that I want, but from what I set out to do, this is pretty much it. So I'm going to be breaking down what I've got here, all the toys, the bells and whistles. Basically, this was an empty bedroom, that I converted into this home studio by just putting a bunch of these acoustic panels, custom acoustic panels by EDG Acoustics, my buddy Herb. Check him out, edgacoustics.com. I'll get more into that shortly. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about the room. I had a lot of fun making it, and if you guys are curious about making something similar, hopefully this video will help, so let's get to it. Alright, first and foremost, let's get right into the microphones. I've got two bad boys right here. I've got the AKGC 414 XL2. There's a bunch of different versions. This is the XL2. I love it. It's a really, really great condenser microphone. It's got a bunch of different polar patterns and filters you can put on it, bass cut filters in the back. I love this microphone. You could probably buy it for $600. I've seen it recently on Facebook Marketplace. It's become one of my favorite things, even more than the Neumann TLM 103. That's going to make a lot of people angry. But I really love this microphone. It sounds great on my voice. It matches perfectly with my other microphone here. This is a fan favorite, kind of the tried and true staple for the voiceover industry, the Sennheiser MKH416. This is my best friend in this room. I do pretty much everything on here. I've been using the 414 for all the animation work I do, anything that's got a lot of efforts, video games, requires me moving around. It's a lot better for capturing me moving around, doing big acrobatic type things as much as you would as a voice actor. But everything else, audition-wise, I'm using the 416. It just cuts through everything. It sounds great on nearly everybody. Another microphone you could probably get from anywhere from $600 to $800 used. Probably retails for $1,000. But this is kind of like, you talk to anyone, you say, I can get what microphone would you recommend for me to be a pro voice actor? It's going to be the 416. They do a great job with this. Just beware if you try to buy it online on eBay, let's say, there's a lot of fakes that are going around. So make sure you check out to make sure that yours is authentic. But if you're going to buy one microphone, that's the one. I love it. Okay, so those are the microphones. I'm going to be trying to go pretty fast through this because there is a lot. So I also have 4 monitors here. So right now you see this going. This is just the external monitor that's hooked up to my MacBook Pro laptop. This is where I'm running Audition, which is recording this whole thing right now. And this is hooked up to my MacBook. This is the Amazon Kindle Fire that I use copy when I'm using my MacBook. And this little section over here is for when I'm using my PC. I have 2 setups. I use my MacBook for all live recordings pretty much, and I use my PC for all auditions because I work much faster on my PC. So I've got a MacBook here. I put my copy on here to go to my email, and then I'll find my copy. And then I have my DAW being mirrored on this other MacBook via VNC Viewer, which basically lets you, through Wi-Fi, mirror what's going on your desktop. You can also do it on Mac, but I have this hardwired now. And these are like Amazon iPad mounts that you can find. You can just basically screw them on to anything here. So let's talk about this little contraption that I've created here. This is a Amazon Basics microphone stand with a boom arm up here, and then I attached a desktop boom arm to that stand that I put this microphone here on. This is a Samson boom arm, and big shout out to Samson. They're a sponsor of me and my podcasts. Check out their stuff at Samson Tech. So I made this contraption just because it was an easier way to fit both of them very closely together. If I want to record both at the same time, I can stand kind of right in the middle. I can do loud things and also do softer things. I can gain them each to be wherever I want it to if I don't want to keep messing with my levels. That's a little trick that I've invented, I want to say. Running 2 microphones at the same time at 2 different gains, so you don't have to constantly keep switching. And you also have a safety track then too, kind of like when you're doing live recordings or movies and such. So I put a counterweight on there. It's just my backpack. And it also now doubles as my cup holder for my canteen for the endless amounts of water that I drink while recording. So I made this little contraption. It also holds my favorite toy. This is just a dog clicker. I use this to mark in the script where I might have made a flub or an error, and it allows me to easily edit things, especially longer pieces of copy like an audiobook and such. And let's see what else. I've got this wireless keyboard down here and a wireless mouse. This stuff is for my desktop. I've got a ring light here. This is like a clamped ring light, tiny ring light that also has a cell phone mount. So I use that if I'm ever doing like a FaceTime thing. And then I've got my Logitech C930, I think is what that is. 1080p webcam for any live directed Zoom meetings that I've been doing a lot of with Source Connect, another great company. Check out Source Elements. I've been a huge fan of theirs and the support they've been giving everybody during this crazy time where there's so many voice actors working from home. So big shout out to Source Connect. Source Connect Pro is what I use, and I couldn't be happier over the competitors. It's just a really, really great piece of software and technology. So check them out, Source Elements, source-elements.com, and get your subscription to Source Connect. Okay, cool. I think that's pretty much everything besides all the wires that are that need more cable management to keep these things charged and on and running. So let's get to the other pieces of gear I've got here, my interfaces. This is the Audient Evo 4, which I just got from Audient. Another really cool piece of gear that has will more than likely take the place of one of these other interfaces here shortly, but I've been using it as my to-go on the road interface. And then I've got a Scarlett Solo. I can't pick it up that high. Let's see if I can get this a bit higher because of the wires. The Scarlett Focusrite Solo. And then below that, I'm not going to pick it up, but I've got a Scarlett TI2. And one of those is connected to my PC, and one's connected to my Mac. And it just makes it a lot easier for me, so I don't have to constantly keep changing plugs. It's just there. It's set up. If I want to use one, I've got that. If I want to use the other one, I've got that too. And 2 sets of Samson headphones, so each one is plugged into there. I know which one's which because they've got different kinds of cables. And this is all up on like a little tray here. I think these are supposed to be used for like keys and water, but I just used it for these small interfaces. And that's all connected to a tripod. So now I'm gonna turn the camera around, show you the rest of the room. But that's all the technology we've got going on here, besides a bunch of routers and cables and power strips and such. So let's turn this thing around and show you the rest of the room. All right. So you're gonna have to forgive me for all the wobbling, but this is how it looks off that angle. So everything is as such. I'm going to show you all my messy cables right down here. But this is all basically on top of a rug, and then these were like yoga mat blocks that I put there for that little section so it would be flatter and it wouldn't be as wobbly. Everything here I pretty much got off of Amazon. But this is how it all looks, guys. And these are the custom-built acoustic panels that I fit right behind here as a window. So obviously I didn't want to have the microphones face that way towards the window because I get birds sometimes in the morning, and it would definitely pick that up, which leads me to the one thought I would like to tell you is that this room is not soundproof. It is acoustically treated, and acoustically treated very well. Once again, shout out to EDG Acoustics for working with me. You guys should check him out if you're ever thinking about doing it, a room like this. But he really killed it. And I got this custom color fabric because I wanted the room to be bright and inspirational, and not really be the typical black or red that you see normally in studios. Because I just knew I needed this to be brighter. And that's why I got a gray carpet, got a little gray futon here. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with the way that this came out. So I'm gonna move this ring light around So moving the ring light around, I just want to show you kind of how the panels are customized. So I have them just basically scattered throughout the room, and then obviously these clouds are like that, basically just boxing me in for this little area for complete killing of the reflections. But they're all just kind of fit to look cool, more so than be like in the most effective spot. I also have 2 bass traps that I'm supposed to be getting. That's why I said 95%. A bass trap will go there and a bass trap will go there. Not that I really need it, because I'm not that boomy, bassy of a person. But, you know, if I'm ever going to be mixing in here, they'll definitely help. So these things up here are closets, which made this room really cool. And I just kind of filled them with, the other one's got more of it, but the acoustic sound blankets, these are just moving blankets, but so it doesn't make it as hollow. And that's really, at the end of the day, what you want to do for your home studio, or your closet, whatever it is. I came from working in a closet, is make it as much fabric and stuff in there as possible that's going to absorb the reflections and the outside noise. That's what's really going to do the best job for you. So this right here is like one of those draft socks that I put there to make it so it kind of snugs the door. But this is, again, not soundproof sealed. I could hear somebody if I screamed, or if they screamed out there. I've got these little LED strips up here, which are super cool. That's a vent for air conditioning, which I usually turn off when I'm recording. And the clouds are really cool. They're also one of my favorite things. It just makes the room look like I'm way cooler and technologically advanced than I am. People are most impressed with that. I got a little board here for kind of my day-to-day schedule, and this director's chair, which I got off Facebook Marketplace, that I love. So let's take a look over at the computer station over here, what I've got going on. I got another boom arm from Samson with the G-Track Pro, which is a USB microphone, which I love. Another one of those ring lights, another webcam. These are like $100 studio monitors. That's another thing that I'll want to eventually upgrade. And again, I've got Adobe Audition there, my MacBook, probably with all random files on the desktop. A little side USB port hub here for all the stuff that I'm plugging in, the webcams, iPads, all that stuff. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's not that complex. It's just easy, efficient, and it does the job for me. Another favorite there, my Final Fantasy clock, that doesn't work. And then, yeah, I got another closet here too, filled with wires and other microphones and wires and cables and HDMI plugs and all that stuff. So let me just put this back on the mount. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the room as fast as possible as I could kind of speed through everything that I've got working on here. But I really, really like the design. I'm super happy with how this came out. Like I said, I could put bass traps in here, a little bit probably more LED strips. And I want to get another interface so I can just fool around with some of those universal audio plugins like the Avalon 737, but it's more just kind of for fun. This is way more excessive than any voice actor would need. Really, at the end of the day, you'd be okay with an audio interface and a $250 microphone, an XLR microphone. Even USB microphones are pretty quality at this point in time. And a room that is acoustically treated, not soundproofed. You know, so really trying to get, like, you know, building yourself a bunker isn't the ideal thing. It's just creating a room with the least amount of reflections and outside noise as possible, as away from as much external noise as possible. And that's what I kind of aimed to do here. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. But this is my crib here, and I hope that some of this stuff was helpful, insightful, and will inspire you guys all to build out your own studios in your own unique way, because this has been the best case scenario for me. It's how I like to work. It's the easiest, most convenient way for me to do what I love doing most, and that's being behind the microphone, acting So yeah, guys, thank you once again for hanging in there. I know I said I'd get this out so long ago, but please let me know what you liked about this. Show me your own studios if you've done anything recently or you plan on doing it. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. But until then, best of luck. Can't wait to hear you guys out there, and stay safe. All right, take care.